Okay, take two of not the buddy cast. Take three.
Wow, we are off to a hot start here.
Take 7 of Gameboiz
at Buddy Studios and
season 2 episode.
Jesus Christ.
With George Ferrito and William Henderson.
We are fucking up.
We are live because George buys stuff from China. And shit starts fucking up. Welcome, guys. We're here, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls listening. Game enthusiasts. I wouldn't say Mr. William Henderson with your fucking Apple Watch.
Yeah.
You're looking hella fancy.
Thank you. That's the
Hella
only
fancy.
reason I bought it. Everybody's always been like, "Oh, you can use it for this." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool," but I really just want to look cool.
It does. It makes you look like have you seen Lost in Space?
No.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Do you know that? You don't know that
No.
quote?
I think I might have seen that in theaters
I don't know
when
how
I
to
was like
connect
6.
with you, William Henderson. And bothers me.
Talk about good stuff.
That dude, Lost in Space. How is that not good?
I don't know.
It was
it's
so
been-
good
like I
they
said,
made it into a Netflix series.
That was terrible.
Actually, the first one was so good they made it into a movie with Lacey Chabert, which they then made into a series that was terrible. That I hear the second season's actually pretty good, but first season lost me, so whatever. It's one of those movies or series I felt like they were shooting it at like a campsite. It felt small and enclosed, even though they were supposed to be lost in space.
I mean, yeah, it was a studio.
But-
it was on a green screen.
But like The Mandalorian feels great. They developed technology for it, you know?
They're better at it.
I know, but if you're going to do it right, I guess.
I
Actually,
agree.
I shouldn't say that because then everything I do is...
Garbage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah, kind of like your Call of Duty picks.
They're great. Fantastic.
You're still in third place, and I didn't even make my picks this week.
I don't even know who I picked. Let's see if I can find it. I legit went down the line. I was like, who are they playing? Oh, I don't remember them.
Well, let's go through it. I have it up. On wait, no, I don't. There was other ones. On Wednesday? First games were Wednesday. Wednesday, Los Angeles Guerrillas and the Florida Mutineers in the elimination round. Mutineers took them down 3-0. Took down your boys, boy. How do you feel about that?
This is a new reality for me. I just arrived in Earth 12 maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. So all this equipment's all new. Like,
Yeah.
to me, I don't really know how to work it.
This is a
and
new
stuff.
reality now.
Yeah.
A new universe.
Definitely.
A parallel?
It's very odd.
Fair enough.
I don't remember it, and so it didn't happen.
Yeah. LA Thieves and Paris Legion were the second game on Wednesday, and the other LA team wins 3-0. So, kind of going against your theories here, bud.
See, again, but this is the problem with time travelers. The time council doesn't allow us to share time journals.
Right.
And so, like, when I got here, I didn't know that happened.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I still have my time uniform. You know what? Actually, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to put on my time uniform. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, my God.
This is a standard issue time traveler extraordinaire. This is a lieutenant's logo. So,
What's on the back?
nothing. It's actually on this, like this. It says it on the sleeve and stuff.
That's it?
What do you mean that's it? I got this for 50% off. Brought to you by Gameboiz. Use code GAME50 at callofdutyleague.com.
How much was it?
Together, I spent $20.
All right, that's not bad, but...
Because I also got this.
Oh, God.
In my time, they won. So all of this information Not only is my bracket still intact and Earth 29,
Yeah.
I came with some merch.
Just so everybody knows, George is Superman, the LAG logo out of his very lame Call of Duty League hoodie.
I know. I had to get it, otherwise they wouldn't give me the deal. I just wanted the shirt, but then they were like, "Hey, add some more," and this was the only thing that was like around there. I was like, "All right, dude."
That's fair.
It's not a comfortable hoodie.
It doesn't look like it. No.
Code Game 50.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty. I just wanted the shirt.
Yeah.
Just for this moment. Thank you guys for being here. This is the last episode of Gameboiz. It's been fun.
Anyway, they lost. And going into Thursday, into the winners round, we had Chicago Optic versus Toronto Ultra.
I watched the highlights of that game. It was odd, I guess. I don't know. I didn't feel like we were watching teams that had been playing. And like, granted, I saw highlights, but everyone felt like they still had to wake up. They felt a tad slow, not as accurate. It was kind of a mess.
Interesting. You're saying they're playing sloppy.
I don't want to use the word sloppy because of where they're at, what they've accomplished, and who they're playing against each other in general.
In comparison to where they're the level that they usually play at.
Yes, but it's also, I don't know, maybe they have weird rhythms against each other or something. 'Cause to me, the game just felt very strangely timed. Like,
I mean, sometimes there are matchups where like some people's play styles just conflict with others in a way that
maybe that was going on.
Yeah, I mean that happens. That happens in real sports too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to need a very general example of who does that to whom.
I mean, like there would be examples of like
the Pistons
pitcher, like a specific pitcher, having really good numbers against a hitter that's usually much better. You know what I mean?
I guess.
So like name a hitter that you like. Barry Bonds. So there's probably a pitcher.
I was going to say 50 Cent.
There's probably a pitcher out there that never gave up a home run to Barry Bonds. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that just like...
But nobody really knows who he is. He just, for whatever reason, the way his pitch is moved and his rotation of the pitches
the
he uses.
angle of his rotator cuff on release and shit.
All those variables that just, for whatever reason, it worked against the guy that hits the most home runs ever.
Ever? Ever?
I mean, Hank Aaron has hit the most in a career, but Barry
That's
Bonds...
what you get for having two first names, bro.
Yeah, but Barry Bonds had the most in one season.
That sounds like a superhero. Like
Barry
because
Bonds?
of the alliteration. Yeah. Is that his real name?
I think so.
Is it like Barry Bonds Gonzalez or something? Or?
No, he's black.
I know. That I do know. But whatever. All right. My bracket's not broken.
Oh, by the way, I never made my picks, so my bracket has been broken from the beginning.
Did you just forget?
And yeah. Like, I know one of you texted and were like, make
that
your
was
picks.
Steven.
And that was like Tuesday night.
If he didn't text that, I would have forgotten.
And it was like Tuesday night. And I was like, for whatever reason, I was thinking it starts on Thursday. Because like the normal ones start on Thursday. But the bracket or the majors start on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I got to work on Wednesday. And I like was taking a shit at like 12:30. And I like checked it real quick. And I was like, fuck. But what are you going to do? You know?
It's fun. The last game goes to like fucking 900. Or, no, it doesn't, but they play a lot in the final because I went to go just add scores. Like I said, I wasn't really paying attention.
They play like best of like
9. 12 or something.
It's something crazy.
So I was like, submit. And I thought the site was fucking up. And then I read, I was like, oh, okay. Click. All right, submit. I thought I was in a rush, and then I went back on like, I had a couple days. All right, I'm not changing it. I came too far. And then I had to leave to come to Earth 19.
It's sad. This is
not that bad.
The only reason Stephen Roth isn't here is because his bracket is in shambles, and he is afraid to come out and face it.
Yeah. You pick with your heart too much, Stephen.
He's only ahead of me by 4 points. I just want to point out that we have 3 more stages left in this season, and
There's so many games.
we're all neck and neck now. I mean, we're all within 10 points of each other. So
it's
it's
anybody's
like,
game.
it is within reach.
Who's
for
gonna be the
everybody.
game fuel master?
I don't know. Somebody's gonna.
I'll come up with a better
But-
name. That was a
But
bad name.
yeah. Well, it's okay. We'll figure it out. Game fuel. The mount. I don't know. What
Yours was worse. Cool.
I didn't even have one. So you win. We're gonna stick with it.
Game fuel master.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But like, at some point, somebody's gonna start picking upsets just to pick upsets.
That
You
was my
know?
whole first week, bro.
Yeah.
I missed what, 2?
But like sometimes, like you kind of have to do that to catch up in,
Yeah.
in like leaderboard competitions.
Which
That's what
is
you're going for.
It kind of takes the fun. It's like it's drop shouting in Call of Duty. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to participate, you have to do it.
Right.
Or jumping a corner now.
Yeah, it's like choosing brackets for like NCAA tournament. It's like, all right, at some point, like I have to make a pick that other people aren't gonna make,
Because I gotta come up.
or my bracket's gonna be the same as everyone else's. So, but nobody ever gets it right. So
There's one guy in Michigan who got a turnaround, I'm sure.
what?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make a Barry Bonds reference to sports. I was trying to stretch that taffy. Even though
Nobody's
it
ever
broke.
filled out a perfect bracket for the NCAA tournament. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I
all
guess.
the all the
'Cause it's,
millions and billions of submissions.
Because it's not like a. It's not like the lottery where like the odds are kind of finite. You know, there's a lot of variables that change the game. So yeah, I can see no one submitting a perfect one.
You just
That
think
makes
like
sense.
over the course of like Warren Buffett at one point was offering $1 billion to someone, like whoever fills out a perfect bracket.
He
you get $1
probably
billion.
did the math and was like, "Look, you're not."
Yeah,
Submit $20 though to me for your submission fee. If
but
you
at,
wanna
at some point it
participate.
has to happen. It's just crazy it hasn't happened yet.
I don't know if there's the statistics might outweigh the people participating though.
Whoa.
You know, there's only
Yeah.
like so
yeah.
many chances.
Oh yeah, for
and-
sure. But I mean, at some point,
No, you're too pragmatic.
it's like it's the same as like you know how like people, it's like in the universe, you know, there's the equate, like the Drake equation, where it's like, well, if we exist, then there has like at some point.
Oh, it's like what Drake equation where you start from the bottom.
Now you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like that, where it's like statistically, it's got to happen at some point,
But
but it hasn't happened yet, so I guess not. So at the same
I
time,
guess I see what you're saying, but maybe with the Drake equation as well, it's like it's gonna happen at some point with the information given now. Like something could change, dark matter could change, and then they're like, oh, maybe not. You know, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know this.
Yeah, maybe someone needs to invent like dark matter goggles so they can see them, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and give them to cops.
Yeah.
Welcome to Gameboiz, guys, where we cancel ourselves every episode.
It's just like that episode of Black Mirror with the army guy that
Yeah.
just sees different shit.
Look, if you guys want to do that to
Shit's
me,
crazy.
I'm okay with it. Just lie to me. I'll do the job. I think I think I'd make a pretty good soldier.
I think
I
you
don't-
would too.
I don't think I'd make a good leader, but I
No.
think I could. They're like, can you go kill that guy? For sure.
Yeah.
Put your
try.
contacts in. I came too far.
I can see his outline.
Yeah, he's all right. He's over there. I'll figure it out. If you had to,
My
you had to.
senses are heightened.
It's like, let's say you're a specialist now, but you get to pick what specialty.
Okay.
Okay, so are you a Navy SEAL? Are you
Whatever a
an
sniper
Army
is.
Ranger? I guess you're a scout. Dude, that's the worst job.
Yeah, but dude, like you take a shot and then like you're breaking down your gun before the shot lands.
I mean, you'll break it down when you get to the
Shut up, dude.
thing.
I was
You
making
don't
a
break
point.
it down there. I mean,
I don't want it to stick up. It's like a flag waving.
yeah, a victory, bro. Put someone's head on it like a pike.
Yeah.
You'd be a sniper, really? A scout?
I don't know. I don't want to do any of that shit.
But you have to now. This is the post-apocalyptic world of Days Gone.
I want to be like, but I don't have to go through any of the training.
No.
I just am.
Yeah, skip all the bullshit.
All right, I want to be like Black Ops, Special Ops, whatever. Like the deepest, darkest Black Ops.
The dudes
is.
that killed Osama. You want to be like SEAL Team 6?
I want to be more unknown than that.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
You want to be SEAL Team 5?
Yeah, like I want to.
You want to be 1 through 5 because suddenly we only hear about 6.
I want to be the dudes that like assassinate foreign leaders.
Oh, you want to be like a Jason Bourne solo operator, where like you
just go plant cocaine and just like
you take advantage of CIA safe houses. You pull out their sniper rifles from under their couch and shit.
Collapse their trachea with a pinch.
The trachea is very brittle. Actually.
Yeah,
it's very.
Yeah,
you could probably do that now if you wanted to start training.
That'd be cool. That's a good way to.
Wait, are you just saying you want to be Agent 47?
That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah.
You're a rogue.
Put lighter fluid on somebody's fucking grill. That was one of the Hitman jobs.
That doesn't work, though.
Oh, well, it did in the game.
Yeah, I guess. But there's a little bit of a suspension of disbelief. And if anyone who's ever played with fire will tell you, soaking something in lighter fluid, while helpful, isn't that great.
Also, why are the Hitman games so hard?
Because they want you to play that same mission 9 times, right? I don't know. They started doing like unlockables and like
they have things like on each level. It'll be like use this thing to kill this guy, and it's like there's like 5 different ways, and it's like Jesus Christ.
Use a bottle of mustard? Fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude.
All right, I gotta get gold,
shit.
I guess.
It's extensive, man. And like if you ever go and like look up like a strategy guide and like go through step by step, it's like, how did you figure this out? Mm-hmm. Who are you?
I used to go through like those Prima strategy guides that you find online and stuff.
I had one for World of Warcraft. Oh, I bought one, a physical one.
Oh. Well, I bought one for Pokemon. I think that's how I initially like learned the game. That's how I got to the point where I didn't need Flash in the fucking caves.
Isn't it weird how like I don't know, I've been thinking about this lately. Like back in the day, like there'd be a point in games where I like wouldn't be able to figure it out. And like now I can pretty much figure out every game.
Do you think you're smarter or games are slightly easier?
I think it's a combination. I think they make it they probably do make it easier because they want people to beat the game.
Yeah.
Now, it's a little different.
They don't want you to get stuck.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck Monster Hunter is doing, but
yeah, I guess so.
It's got to be a little easier. And also, like, you're probably right. It's a little bit of both. Because as a kid, for sure, you get tunnel vision. And, and it's hard to, like, separate. And you're like, I go up and to the left, up and to the left, up and to the left. It's at nothing works. Up and to the left. Nothing's work. Oh, up and to to the shit. I didn't even see that. Didn't even know you could move that rock. Stupid shit like that.
Right.
So, I mean, what do you do then? Do you?
Oh, I beat Moss, by the way. Did I tell you that?
Oh, no. How was it?
Great. Yeah, I think that's another like must-play VR game if you have VR. I mean, it's free right now. There's no reason to not. It's really good.
I enjoyed most of what I played. The puzzles got a little tedious, and just because of like the amount of time I have in general. Hey, can you hand me my phone, Brother Tyson?
Yeah.
And so tedious that the game I stopped playing.
It's a pretty short game though.
How many hours did you pump into it?
Maybe 20.
Oh, I might almost be done then.
Probably.
I'm a big quitter though when things get tedious, and
see, I didn't have that much of a problem with it. I mean, there was like 1 or 2 things where I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But then, like, I figured it out.
It's just time consuming, I should say, for me. I like for a long time I was like, I'm gonna play for 10 minutes and.
Oh yeah, it's not. I mean, no. If I have 10 minutes, I'm not playing a game. That's for sure. It's not happening.
Beat off.
Yeah.
Take an 8-minute nap.
I need more time than that.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
Gotcha. Got it. 20 minutes. Perfect.
12.
So you were saying you haven't played Days Gone yet.
No.
The free PlayStation Network game this month, also with another zombie war game, but let's be honest, you're going to play Days Gone because the other one we never heard of.
They gave out 2 zombie games?
They did.
What weirdos.
And 2 zombie games and Oddworld.
For PS5?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, if anyone wants to contribute to my
PS5
fund,
yeah.
my Venmo is #the George F at the George F. I don't know how Venmo works. It's Cash App. It's probably the George F because I try to be consistent. Send me some money so I can play Oddworld. That would be great. But I'm playing with Days Gone. I'm maybe like 6 hours into it.
It's probably a long game, huh?
Yes, but I'm also at a point where it's starting to feel repetitive and tedious. Like I enjoy this game. I'm definitely hooked, and I'm definitely gonna go back until I beat it. Because if I were to describe it with 2 other games, it's like The Last of Us meets Red Dead.
Oh, okay.
And it's cool because like the world is very vast, and you're going. At first, I was against it, but you're going around in a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I was against it because you're trying to be quiet, bro, and you're rocking this Harley.
Wow.
Yeah. And the game starts, like, gameplay starts 2 years after the pandemic. So, like, the world's already in shit. Like, 2 years in, you would understand, hey, maybe we should get some golf carts or something, something quiet.
Electric.
Yeah. Maybe we walk,
Yeah, and then we can charge and we don't need to get gas.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another point. But, like, this guy, he's this 1%er, this biker gang 1%er. He's still wearing his colors.
Racist.
He looks like Ashton Kutcher. He doesn't seem racist yet, but there's a lot of like, if I ignore it, this game is great. Because like there's sometimes like in Red Dead, the random quips that Arthur Morgan would say, it didn't take you out, you know? It was very in the, like, oh, this is a great city. Oh, here you go, good girl.
Yeah.
Like, it was part of the world. But sometimes you'll be stealthing through, like, a base camp or something, and then Deacon will be like, man, there's so many freakers here. Like, just shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why are you just...
Context.
Yeah. And it doesn't always alert them, but sometimes it does.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a weird... Like, it depends on what kind of mission you're doing. Like, for a story mission, it hasn't alerted so far. But if you're doing, like, a side mission, sometimes they'll hear you.
That's annoying as fuck.
So it's like, it doesn't happen often, but it's enough where I'm like, why is he just shouting right now? He's talking to nobody.
Is, like, stealthing, like, part of the game?
It can be. But it's a very rudimentary stealth of, like...
move slowly.
Yeah, because there's abundant bushes and everything, and so sometimes you'll have to creep around an area where they're not nests or they're not zombies. They're called freakers.
That sounds offensive.
Yeah, because they're just virus infected humans.
Yeah.
And then there's like a group of people who aren't infected.
That sounds like a zombie to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But there's a group of people that aren't infected that want to be like a zombie, and they're called Rippers.
Wait.
Yeah, they're these weird skinhead like zombie fanatics, and they enjoy torturing people. Like the way the freakers. It's hard to separate, and I wish they wouldn't. Just make it a zombie game. But the way the freakers will like rip things apart, they like the idea of the mutilation, and like they'll cut themselves. They're out of their goddamn minds.
You're talking me out of this game. I gotta be honest.
The Rippers aren't a big part of it, but the experience overall is enjoyable.
Oh.
But there's little thing. The problem with this game, I think, for me, is that I already played both Red Dead and The Last of Us. I played games that do aspects of this game better.
Right.
So I see what they were trying to do when it came out. The game kind of feels like they bit off a little more than they chewed. They could chew, but it's not a bad game.
Right.
Like, the objectives are cool. There's plenty to do. The world is vast. But what I started with, like, where it's starting to feel tedious is the missions get a little repetitive.
Oh, it's like the first Assassin's Creed.
Kind of, yeah. Like, oh, here's another biker. Go hunt the bounty.
Yeah.
But what is cool is you can upgrade your motorcycle. You can make it quieter, which 2 years in, bro, you don't have a silent fucking motorcycle.
You haven't been saving up for this already?
Yeah, you don't like have pedals to make your motorcycle go like Flintstones.
Squeakity, squeakity.
So that's dumb. And then he yells all the goddamn time. And then there's the dialogue feels cheesy because there's a lot of forced exposition by him, like, you know, him yelling for no reason to give you context for the situation, even though it's out of context.
Right.
And sometimes for the beginning of the game, you're talking to your partner who's hurt at the base to give dialogue, but it's more just exposition of like, I made you this thing. You know, if you put these two things together, you can make this thing. Like, I don't need that, especially because I'm on the open road where zombies could be attacking me if they hear me.
Yeah, and it's like, I should know this already.
Yeah. So where it drops
it's like,
you,
just pause the game and pull it up and tell me. Like how Final Fantasy does it. You know? Like they were just like, here's what it is.
Yeah.
He knows how to do this. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've been living in this pandemic for 2 years and I'm like a badass like I'm supposed to. I feel like kind of a regular dude who makes okay decisions and happens to still be alive.
Yeah.
That's not what I want from my game.
Right.
But it is very enjoyable, and I'm definitely going to go through and beat it because it's just
fun.
It's fun.
Are you just going to play the story?
Probably. Some of the side missions are fun because, like you run into the hordes.
Right. Now, do you have to do like the side missions to like upgrade everything? Do you just get money? Do you just need money to upgrade? Like, how's that?
You do buy upgrades, but there's also like camps that you upgrade certain things at. Like one guy's upgrading your motorcycle, and so you have to help that camp so that he trusts you more to get you better parts.
Okay.
So in that sense, you can do like side missions for the camp. You can make runs. You can go get supplies and whatnot.
So if you want to fully upgrade like your motorcycle, you have to do those side missions.
I'm not sure because as you play the story missions, the trust also goes up, and there's not.
I see.
There's not so many levels that it can't. So I think you can kind of beeline and still upgrade everything adequately. But you can like get customizations and stuff. So if you want the custom shit.
It kind of sounds like Just Cause with zombies.
I can see that, yeah. But you don't feel like a badass. So
in Just Cause?
In
Days Gone. Oh, well, that's not fun.
Yeah.
Well, maybe once it gets to Days Gone 4, like it was Just Cause 4. So
that should be called Years Gone by then.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's fun though. It's cool. They do a really good job at what they do good job. Like the Horde is very interesting. It's very unique the way from a distance it kind of behaves like a fluid. If
like
that
a
makes
flock
sense.
of birds.
Yeah, the way they coded that. I could see that was what they wanted to do right and made sure they got right because they did.
Yeah.
And they don't like all it's like a school of fish almost, where if two zombies come over, then they're all like, oh, what's going what? And then the rest turn around, and it's not in sync, but then they also surround. So it's not just like, oh, if they're going to follow my path, they're like, oh, no, we're going to go around everything. We're going to climb on buildings. We're going to go through everything. Like in most zombie games, you're like, oh, I'm going to close this door. I'm safe. But the Horde's like, no, I'm going to come through this fucking window. No, I'm going to come from the top. Like it is terrifying sometimes. When
I don't know if I want to play this game.
It doesn't happen that often, but sometimes you get caught in a bad spot where the only way to burn out nests is to get a Molotov cocktail and throw it
That's all it takes?
Yes.
Just one?
Yes. Yeah, well, they have multiple nests, and they'll nest like in buildings and stuff. So occasionally you can get it from the outside, but sometimes you got to go inside. And now every time you bomb it, zombies come out. Like every time, like at least 3 will come out.
I don't want to play this game.
But it's slow. That's the weird thing is that the Horde aspect of the game is definitely terror-inducing in that if you don't know the environment and the layout of where you're at, you could get cornered.
Yeah.
But when you're burning out nests and whatnot, it's a slower game because you're sneaking around. And it's a very rudimentary. Very rudimentary. Like, if they're not looking at you, they don't see you.
Yeah.
The freakers. And you can stealth kill someone right next to someone, and they don't see it. It's very, like, Lara Crofty, Tomb Raider-y in that aspect of, like, it's not so involved that the whole game is terrifying. most of the freakers that kind of run out and about, you kind of just ignore. You're like, oh, that's annoying. Kind of go around. Like, I don't want to deal with you. But the world is cool because, like, they've piled up cars, like, have blocked off streets, and now your path is to go around them. But, you know, like, the idea that people would have been going around these cars for 2.5 years or so to tread this path that is now a dirt path, but is very clearly where everyone goes around, is interesting. And, like, they thought about little details. Just, look, there's a gas can here, and there's reasons for things to be placed, and it makes sense, and it adds to, like, what the dialogue takes away.
Yeah, dude, game developers now are so good at, like, the small little tedious details that, like, you don't really think about, but, like, once you notice it, you're like, damn, that's pretty impressive, like, the thought that they put into that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, that's not just, like, generated. Like, somebody has to be like, no, I'm going to put this here.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thought.
Yeah. And
So-
my only gripe with that now is your motorcycle runs out of gas hella fast. It's like it runs on AA batteries. So you have to gas this bitch up. You have to repair it.
Oh, that's part of the game?
It's part of the game.
That's kind of annoying.
It is annoying, and that's one of the tedious parts is I'm always gassing up this bike.
Yeah.
But gas is not that rare. And so I'm like, if I don't have to journey that far, like, there's usually gas but at every important point. You know, there's a tow truck somewhere that you can pull a gas can off of and fill up your tank. And it's like, if you're going to make it that abundant, take the feature out.
Right.
Like, it's not something I really have to think about. I pay attention to it, and I'm like, oh, I'll stop for some gas here. And I just stop. I look over. Hell's like, oh, there's some cars. I'll go look over there.
Yeah, and it's like, are you gonna make me fucking eat and drink too?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of game is this?
Doesn't matter. And I think you could have saved those resources for something else and
Yeah.
made part of the other game better. But, I
Right.
mean, if I were to rate it out of 10, I'd give it a solid 7. It's a great game.
All right.
For free.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Yeah. You want to keep going through this bracket?
Yeah.
I went off on a tangent,
What
dude.
happened? And then you can tell me about your anime fucking
yeah,
dramas
yeah,
here,
yeah.
bro.
So the Ultra beat Optic 3-1. We didn't really say that, but that's what happened. And Stephen Roth is sad.
He was sad when this started.
Yeah. And then the second game of the day was New York Subliners versus the Dallas Empire, and the Empire won 3-0.
3-0, yes. Which
Big
is
win.
good because their last couple games were like to the wire. Like they weren't the Empire you saw last year, you know, just crushing it.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Right.
You were like, I think you were the one that was saying that it was just there's too many star players now,
Yeah.
and everyone wants to be clutch.
But
you know?
they pulled it out, dude.
Yeah.
They figured it
They
out.
had that Coach Carter talk, and they're like, "Yo,
Mhm.
get this shit together."
Yep. Friday, Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra. Ultra got put in their place. 3-1 from the FaZe, dude. FaZe, hard to beat.
They are. Is that why they're your favorite team?
They're not my favorite team.
No. Is that why they're your favorite team?
To pick? Yeah.
No. Like, you're wearing a FaZe shirt now.
I'm
dude.
not.
It's hard to say.
I'm
that
not.
they're
How
not
dare
your
you? This
favorite
slander. Oh, we forgot the elimination round on Thursday. This fucking website.
team. It's terrible to view on mobile.
Kind of, yeah. So, also on Thursday was Seattle Surge versus the Florida Mutineers. Surge came out on top 3-1, which that's what I would have picked if I would have picked it.
For the record, in Earth 29, you did pick
Yeah.
that one.
And then the second game of Thursday for the elimination round, London Royal Ravens versus the Los Angeles Thieves, and the Thieves come out on top 3-2. The only Los Angeles team left in the tournament right now.
They're okay.
Yeah. You can't even support the
I'm not from here, bro.
whatever, dude.
Where's the Hawaiian Hurricanes?
That would
You
be
know?
cool.
Where's the Filipino Phantoms?
Yeah,
The Japanese Jews. I had no J. I'm sorry.
that would be crazy.
Jap Jew.
The second game of the winners round on Friday, Minnesota Rocker versus Dallas Empire, went to 5 games.
Yeah, Rocker are kind of good, I guess.
Yep. But Dallas Empire grabs the W in Search and Destroy Game 5.
You think Dallas is kind of hitting their stride late in the game right now? Like,
I just think that
early on, it was kind of shaky.
they're just figuring it out. Like they're just putting the pieces together now. Like I think they've realized their error of their ways, and they're probably working on that.
Like professionals. Huh?
Yeah, they're professionals.
I'm gonna go back with Game 50 and buy a Dallas Empire shirt.
So elimination rounds on Friday. Optic Chicago versus Seattle Surge. Chicago comes out on top 3-1.
Finally.
Yeah.
For Stephen Roth.
That was for you, buddy.
Put your green up, bro.
Yep. And then the second game on Friday, New York Subliners versus the Los Angeles Thieves. Subliners are having a rough time. Thieves come out 3-0.
The Subliners had a good open too. I feel like they're kind of petering out. Maybe they got a little too confident in the beginning. I don't know. Because I think I picked them on purpose, and not great.
It is possible.
Do you think people listen to us go through these picks? You fucking nerds.
Probably not.
Because part of me goes like that.
They probably don't listen to it.
We're the only ones listening. All 12 listens are just the three of us listening to it on all of our platforms.
Yeah.
Don't tell the sponsors.
So, the rest of the games start in about 15 minutes right now, actually.
Yeah. Steven's probably watching it as he's doing his chores.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Sobbing.
Maybe he's not watching it because nothing's going his way.
I don't want to watch this anymore. Yeah.
How do you watch CDL and not want to play Cold War, bro?
To be honest, I haven't been watching that much, so I haven't really had the time. So it's not that difficult.
It's so fun.
I enjoyed the free trial, but I don't have time.
It's so fun. Control is probably one of my favorite game modes in general. It's so fun.
It looks fun
until you get murked by some squad who's got like 6 deep and they're in a party and they've been playing for 2 hours already.
And it's like, you know everything. Okay.
We're 8-22 right now, bro.
Yeah, and they're not even professionals.
No, they don't even have the same clan tag. They're just friends.
Imagine if you played against a professional. Just imagine.
No. I would be like, oh, sorry, lag. Oh, lag. Lag. Sorry, lag. Lag. I live in Michigan.
Yeah. I live in the Fiji Islands.
What state do you think has the worst internet? I think we can
Wyoming or Montana, probably.
So? Yeah. There's nothing to do there, though. That they would probably have the best internet. There's so few people. Google's like, let's try it. Let's see if 100,000 people want to use fiber optic cable.
No, not likely.
Worst internet in the country. They're going to be like, what country?
They're going to be like Riverside, California.
Yemen, apparently, has the slowest in the world.
That's the fuck?
And I should put United States in my Google. Jamie, pull that shit up, bro. Which states have the worst internet? Number 50 is Montana. Number 46, Wyoming.
What's 49?
Mississippi.
That makes sense.
Do you have those kids in school going, can you spell Mississippi?
Mississippi.
Well, if you were smart, you would know how to spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's not even a word, bro.
It is. It's in Mary Poppins, bitch.
Fuck what it's in.
I'm Mary Poppins, bitch. Tell me about your Final Fantasy experience. Why don't you like anime? Why? No. All right. And for the listeners who didn't hear before this podcast, he was saying how Asian people suck. And everything about them, including anime, he hates. So why?
That's not true. There are just small things about anime that I don't like, and so it makes it hard for me to watch. So I started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is essentially anime in video game form.
It's like this Spirits Within Final Fantasy movie.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. It's better than that, actually.
It's great. So it's fun. It's a great game. I'm enjoying it. The story is very like, okay, like we gotta destroy this Mako. That was pretty good for Barrett, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, don't you care?
That would be,
answer me.
You should cosplay as him.
He's a lot bigger and
browner.
I think he's black. Yeah. So. But it's like, dude, like,
right, so Aaron can play him.
But he needs to take steroids. But it's just like they're destroying the planet. And
they're such badass hippies.
Right. Yeah,
it's like, dude, your hand is a gun.
Yeah, and
you're trying to save the planet.
And it's like very shallow. Like the story, it's very like there's no like it's not like a deep like it's very obvious. It's very on the surface of what's going on. And
these people are killing the planet.
Yeah, and then like you blow up the first reactor, like spoilers of the first 30 minutes if you haven't played it. It's free. It's
of
free
the
right
training
now.
mission.
Yeah. After you blow up the first reactor and like the whole city is like
ablaze.
Yeah, they're like, what happened? It's like you blew up a reactor where like a fucking refinery, whatever it is. Like, what did you expect?
To be fair, do you remember the city of Pripyat in Chernobyl where they're like, looks real pretty out here. It's crazy. Look at the lights and the colors and shit. It's beautiful. I wonder what happened. So, you know, it's not out of reality. It does seem kind of dumb, but let's say you're a citizen and you all you really conceptualize is that building powers the city. It's
No. I'm talking about the group, like your like adventurers, your adventuring party.
Oh,
they're like, did we do this? And it's like, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And they're like trying to figure out, did I make the explosives too strong? And it's like, what are you talking about?
Did I roll that blunt too fat?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
What do you mean? What?
I only wanted to destroy the door.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. It was just, and especially like it being a Japanese game about like saving the earth. And it's like, don't you guys like pollute like the most?
They did. You leave them alone, bro.
Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway,
it was like twice, bro.
But the one thing that bothers me about and like the anime style is like the little noises that they make when they're not like they'll just be like turning their head and they're like, like they'll just like ask them a question and they're like. And it's like, why are you making noise?
Dude, put your dick away right now.
It's so weird. Exactly. It's so weird. And it's in all anime. Like, they just, like, look away. Like, it's like, nobody does that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
You honestly, you really don't know what I'm talking about? I fucking hate you right now. I hate you so much.
No, I get what you're saying, but I mean it's a style thing.
I know it is. I know it is.
That's all.
But it's annoying.
It's annoying. It isn't. I will say it is annoying in that game.
Have music. That's what music is for. Like just have music to accompany that moment. Like you don't, you know, like he has his little flashbacks, and he's like, like has a headache or some shit, and it's like, what the fuck, dude?
That's also a like that happens in a lot of dubbed animes and not so much when it's in Japanese because like culturally they communicate differently. So a lot of times in English anime there will be those noise and reactions, but because in the Japanese audio, like they're saying Japanese words that don't really have a translation. Like they did it in Naruto for a little bit where he would say this thing called datebayo. And it's just like a Japanese word. And there's one dub, I think it's pretty early on. They fixed it because it was dumb. It was more an audible reaction. Just ha, and it was dumb. It didn't fit because of a translation issue. So you're watching American anime, then that's the problem.
Well, I mean...
the way to go is to watch it in Japanese in
dubbed?
Subtitles. No, with subtitles.
Is the subtitles?
Because then...
Yeah, that's fair.
Contextually, those reactions that are annoying, I agree, make more sense.
Yeah. Let me think.
Dude, you doing voiceover work right now? Like,
dude, and that's the other thing is like imagine being that person where they're like, okay, just make some random noises and so we can like clip it in, like because you know they're just like, all right, just make some noises and then like we'll go through it and we'll use which one we need in fucking each situation. So they're just like,
Have you seen Hugh Jackman do ADR for Wolverine?
No.
It's hilarious. Because it's one scene where he's like running through the forest and just ganking dudes real quick. So it's a lot of just and it's just Hugh Jackman just into a microphone.
Oh my god, that's so funny,
It's
dude.
weird. It makes me not want to be an actor. Like, oh, I have to do that's part of the job. That's dumb.
Yeah,
dumb
that's
as
super dumb.
fuck.
Hey, hire someone else to do that shit.
For real.
Like, for real.
Yeah.
You could do it. Somebody else can do that.
He doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
But Hugh Jackman's probably like, I have to be there.
Yeah.
And he's like,
This is my character.
this is gonna ruin everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, ADR's dumb. It's stupid. Voiceover works better, even though it's the same thing.
I mean, sort of, kind of, but not really. There was something else that like bothered me about the style, but
The hair, the fact that
remember.
everyone's guns are
outrageous.
outrageous.
Cloud's arms are bitch ass arms, dude.
Right?
He's just like all sinewy and like
Yeah.
skinny, like a fucking dork.
He's a
Also, is
soldier.
he gay?
He's
Asexual? Like what is?
Yes.
He's just.
I would say so.
He just fucks himself.
Well, he does have a love interest. That's the problem. But
Jessie? I
Jess-
hope so. She's banging.
she is just fucking bad.
Yeah.
Dude. There's some baddies in the Final Fantasy
Yeah.
world, like fucking Riku. Oh my god,
where do you
they've
think that?
single-handed
Where do you think
Tifa.
that? Where do you think that fantasy comes from? You know what I mean?
Oh boy. It's
Yeah.
fucking Japanese do some things right. And
Yeah.
they do 2 at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like that's always bothered me about his character. Like his character is badass. Like
Yeah.
but
And he's got this big ass sword, and it's like, dude, how are
Yeah.
you swinging that thing around with those tiny arms?
maybe
It
it's
just
made
doesn't
out of
make
like
sense.
vibranium or something.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Just
like
super light.
he's like an enhanced dude. He's supposed
He's
to
a
be
soldier,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's supposed to be like badass, and maybe
Then why is he?
yeah. I guess we know what someone that's like 140 pounds, strong as fuck, lean looks like, and it's not that. You know.
Yeah.
Someone that could maybe swing something like that, your shoulders would be wider, and
Yeah.
I agree.
It just throws me off.
Especially
Really only in the cutscenes. Especially he doesn't have underarm hair. I don't think. And it's just like,
and he's blonde and blue-eyed, bro. It's like, dude, you're the only one that looks like this in this world.
like you're prettier than the girls. If we're being honest.
Yeah.
So,
So going back to Riku, Tifa,
Yeah.
Cloud. Oh, make me come.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All of them.
Yeah, he's way
so
more
tiny. He's probably such a little tiny little butt.
He's way more badass in Kingdom Hearts. Because
Yeah.
like they put a shroud over him, so it's just his frame, and then you got this cloaked dude with a big ass sword. You're like, oh fuck that, fuck
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Because like Sephiroth is also in Kingdom Hearts,
Okay.
which is even great because you put a cloak on him.
I got to that part of Final Fantasy
Oh yeah,
where he shows up.
it started getting real.
Oh,
That's right about where
I
it gets a
killed
little
you.
crazy.
oh,
What? What?
what?
How?
Oh. It's like if you killed him, why are you so afraid? Just fucking like.
Because he knows he's losing his mind.
Oh.
That whole sequence, he's like having
Yeah.
a breakdown.
He's
a
fine.
mental breakdown.
He's
right?
fine.
He's fine. He's around all these smoke shows.
He's gonna make it through the game. I promise.
No, he might not. He might fucking
Yeah, I
not.
don't know, man.
He made it through the first 6, I guess.
You know how I know he's gonna make it is because every time I finish combat, it goes back to him. So it's like, oh.
What
okay.
do you like the character switching and?
Yeah, I do. I wish it was a little more automated. Like I've noticed that like if I want to do like certain things, I like have to go in and like tell them to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
with Barrett, like I had to switch to him to do his like overcharge.
Oh yeah,
ability.
yeah. And he's not
And
just like
He's
doing
not just
it to help
doing.
you.
Yeah, and it's like just do it when
Clearly-
it's off cooldown,
Clearly,
bro.
the game tells me it knows.
Yeah. I found out like right before I turned it off that there's like shortcuts. Like you can do like
Button maps.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
L1 triangle for like a potion or whatever the fuck.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, okay, that'll come in handy.
Yeah, that's
for sure.
very Square Enix. Like most of their games now, like especially Kingdom Hearts,
Mhm.
utilize those hot buttons
those short.
and shit.
Yeah.
So
macros.
yeah, it makes the game way more playable.
And quicker. You just
Yeah.
don't have to take time to fucking.
Yep. But it's
X,
also
go into items, potions.
it's also if you don't know the sequence though, and you're not playing the game a lot, and you're
Mhm.
juggling like you're playing Warzone or like
Right,
Steven Roth plays
right.
Claw, so like control schemes change. The
Right.
game doesn't. If you're playing it and that's the only game you're playing, it makes the gameplay quick, easy,
Yeah.
intuitive, But when you're not in there, it's a lot sometimes. You're just like, oh, L1, R1, potion, craft, magic.
Which one?
Which ones? How many points do I have?
When
right
in
now?
doubt, hit X and just go.
Yeah, and guard. I like the active guard system in Final Fantasy.
Like the R1.
Yeah, where it's.
By the way, the fact that he can hide behind his sword says a lot about his frame.
For sure.
You know, he just like turns sideways and puts that sword.
Or that sword's gigantic.
I mean, it's both. It's both. Let's be honest. It's both. Honestly, Barrett should be swinging the sword. That's the kind of guy that would swing that sword. You know what I mean?
2 of them.
Yeah.
What
Replace
is it
that
about
gun
2?
with a fucking sword.
2 swords are fucking great.
I mean, it's
Everyone
double the
agrees,
firepower.
I
What do you
guess.
mean?
But like in episode 1 of Star Wars,
Yeah.
you know, that reveal of like, he's got 2 blades?
Oh
What?
my god.
What?
Well, that just had never been done before.
That was crazy. Well, not in the movies, yeah, you're right. But 2 blades. The reveal. And then every time.
Yeah, it is strange that like that's one of the things that always bothered me about the prequels is like we went back in time and the technology got better. Is that how that works? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Because I
Cool.
mean,
No,
if
it's fine.
no,
it's fine.
let's
makes
talk
sense.
Star Wars for a second. It
Yeah,
does
no,
make sense.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Because
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
now
everything makes
under
sense.
a regime where progress is not it's been stifled. They're like it's everything but for the Empire and the
especially things like lightsabers.
the transition. I mean, lightsaber technology hasn't changed. What are you talking about? Look at Kylo Ren's. He's got the worst lightsaber and he's arguably the newest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they especially stopped like lightsaber production.
No.
Like cool lightsabers because they didn't want Jedis to get them.
No, they had all the cool lightsabers.
Oh.
They didn't give a
Then
fuck.
how come they didn't have them in 4, 5, 6?
Because what are you talking about?
Plot holes.
They did have lightsabers in 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
I'm
but
so
not
confused.
cool
What are you
ones.
saying?
They didn't have like double-sided dildo lightsabers.
I mean, that's like finding a really cool antique gun. You know, it's like no one was fighting anymore. The Empire had already won. The people that were fighting had their little fucking AK-47s in their closet. So you had old man Obi-Wan with his fucking AK-47 in a fucking towel. Like, that's the era. That's post-war. That's why they didn't exist. They killed all the Jedis. They thought they killed all the Jedis. No lightsabers.
Yeah, that's
Just
what I
red
said.
ones.
That's what I said.
But they were still making lightsabers. Anyone who could would. And did. Had to.
I feel like you're really reaching to justify.
I'm not. We can continue this conversation. I will stop recording, bro. I'll bring out schematics.
Oh yeah.
I'll educate you about
Lightsaber
kyber
schematics?
crystals.
I
and-
really don't. Did your lightsaber come with a schematic?
No,
That
but
would be cool.
I bought books with the lightsaber cutaways and stuff and how they worked. And it was cool. The art department put a lot of thought into the world and technology of Star Wars.
So sad.
I appreciate that a lot. I mean,
Imagine that's your job. Reverse engineer this.
but we were
This
just
is what it looks like. Make it work.
we were just talking about that in video games. Like they think of the small things. And you're like, oh wow, that I didn't consider.
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know. Like,
yeah. But that's for video games. That's cooler.
why is that cooler?
Because it's more for me.
It's free.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it, and therefore it's more important. So,
You typical white man,
in
you.
in my hierarchy in my mind.
You goddamn colonizer, you.
Whatever, dude. That's just how my mind works. I'm sorry.
Video games
It's
are better,
genetic.
bro.
What do you want me to do about it?
your superior genetics.
Sorry.
Your blue eyes, sir.
I can't help it. It's
You and
just-
Cloud.
It's in my nature.
It's weird when Asian people try to cosplay Cloud because it's weird to see that frame of person in real life with blonde hair and blue contacts.
Yeah, he's also definitely Chinese, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
I mean, why would he be Chinese?
I don't know.
You really don't like Asians. Like,
Why?
I don't know. Is that why you said don't put this on the
Hmm?
podcast when you
No,
said that?
I didn't say that.
Interesting.
I never said that.
Okay. All right. No, I'm just learning more about you. Yeah. That's all. Like if you play The Legend of Zelda, that's all you hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's only like 5 noises in that.
That and listen.
Do you think like in Final Fantasy, like you know how like, and like have you ever seen in a voiceover booth where like when they're recording, they have the little line that goes across the screen, and when it reaches the end is the time for you to say your
Yeah.
line. Do you think they have that for those noises, or do you think it's like I was saying, where they just like make noise?
I think it's what you're saying, and I don't want to say that you're right, but I think it's what you're saying. Because
Let's just do a bunch, and then if anybody wants to sample it, they can use it.
Ow.
Oof. Yeah. Whoa.
Oh. Did you hear that?
What?
What's that?
Who? Oh my god. Oh!
Huh?
Ah!
This is great podcasting material.